Daniel with Daniel Parsons Ministry, grateful to be back with you for another short video presentation. This one is about why is Jesus and Bible Christianity different than all the other religions of the world. Today's the 25th of April, 2020. It is, according to the Bible, the seventh-day Sabbath. And the reason that I want to preach this message this morning is many people are looking now during this COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic that's been going on, just basically shut the world's economy down, except for businesses that are online. And people have questions. Why does God allow something like this to happen? And I highly, once again, recommend a book written by the most published female author ever. Her name is Ellen White, and it's called The Great Controversy. Just do a search on Bing, and you can find The Great Controversy online for free. And that is the best explanation of why God allows these things to happen. And it's all part of a biblical prophecy that's laid out. Prophecy is just history told before it happens. And there are hundreds of biblical prophecies that Jesus was coming, and the Jewish people missed it, and they nailed him to a cross. They charged him, and the Roman authorities nailed him to the cross. So, and the reason I want to bring up what makes Jesus and Bible Christianity different is people are curious. Before I came into a saving relationship with Jesus Christ and I gave him all of my life, every single part of my life, I was out there. I was still involved with listening to Hollywood television shows and movies, and I said I was a Christian, but my outward display and actions were not Jesus-like. So I had a big revelation myself on my knees in prayer in May of 2016, and my life drastically is different now. So I just want to, I'm not here to bash any other religions. I'm just wanting to point out why Bible Christianity and Jesus, what he offers to followers of him that surrender all, why it's different than the rest of the religions of the world. I've lived out on a farm in the country for many years, and out in the country, there's no city piping or plumbing, and so you have to draw water from a well. And in ancient days, people had wells. And so I like to use this concept. Suppose you're walking along and there's a well and you don't see the hole in the earth and you fall down into the well, okay? So let's say Confucius comes along and sees you down in the well. He might make some statements, and it was a very bright man, has all kinds of wisdom, but he doesn't actually have the power to get you up out of that well, okay? It's the same thing with Buddha. Many people have, I'm not knocking or bashing anybody's spirituality. Whatever works for you, that's your choice. I was in the U.S. Air Force for a few years, and I defend the Constitution of the United States of America, and we have freedom of religion here, and we also have freedom of speech. And so I'm not here to bash your spirituality. If you follow Buddha, God bless you. I hope you can find what I found. So Buddha would come along, and he also would have some good statements. You need to be present with yourself, and you need to live in the moment, and that's very good. There's some good ideas with the Eastern religions. Same thing with Muhammad. Muhammad would come along, and he would point out Islamic fundamental principles, and maybe he would say, well, you're not praying enough, because they are devoted prayers. I've been to Muslim countries, and when the horn sounds, that means it's time to stop what you're doing and you pray. I've experienced that. I worked on construction sites in the Middle East right out of high school. And so, and then maybe Judaism. A leader would come along and look at you. You're down in that well, and they might say something like, "Well, you weren't following the law of Moses." And I want to point out something here. Today, the 25th of April, 2020, it's the seventh-day Sabbath, and according to the Bible, which this is a Saturday. According to the Bible, this is holy time that God sanctified and blessed in Genesis 2. And it's not just for the Jewish people. It's created at creation for all mankind. For the first 4,000 years, there was no question of what day the Sabbath was. Many people think that once Jesus was nailed to the cross that the law was done away with. Well, the law can never be done away with it because the 10 Commandments are actually 10 promises from God, and they're the reflection of God's character. And so it's deceptive teaching to say that the 10 Commandments are not valid. I guarantee you the commandments about stealing and murder are still valid today. If somebody here where I live in Washington State goes out and murders or steals, they're going to come under the law. And so let's say the Jewish leader would come up and he would say, you're just not following the law of Moses. And I have many Jewish friends, very, very good people. And but that doesn't get you out of the well. So the whole point I'm here to make about why is Jesus and Bible Christianity different is Jesus Christ came to this earth as the sin solution. Every child, when it's born, never has any need for the parent to instruct them about sinning. It's just our human nature. And so God sent Jesus Christ to this earth to be the bridge, to be the sacrifice for us, that when we believe in Him and call on Him, He will save us from our sins. He took the sin burden of the whole world, of all humanity, on His shoulders. He actually sweated droplets of blood when He was in the Garden of Gethsemane, and He understood what was getting ready to happen to Him the very next day, which is Good Friday, when He was crucified on that cruel Roman cross. So the whole point of this message is Jesus Christ and Bible Christianity. Jesus came down into that well and He lifted man up out of that well. And that is the reason. The grave of Buddha is occupied. The grave of Confucius is occupied. The grave of Muhammad is occupied. The grave of Jesus Christ is empty. He is risen. Because He is risen, if you'll study in the New Testament, like John 14, He is going to take us home. He's prepared a place for us. And so if you don't know Jesus Christ and Bible Christianity, all you got to do is stop, take some time, and ask God, please send me knowledge and revelation of who Jesus Christ is. Invite Him into your life. Your life will be drastically different. I guarantee you. The struggles of this world, I understand we're going to go through it, but it's not causing me depression. There's serious problems with people getting depression over this being locked down problem. So that's just my offer. That's my slant. Bible Christianity changed my life. I don't question that, anything that's in the Bible, when you study it out, I accept it. And it radically changed my life. So God bless you, and you can contact me for more. If you want me to preach on something, just go to danielparsonsministry.com/contact. Bye for now, and God bless you.